What's going on, guys? My name is Omega and welcome back to another Apex Legends video. So today I have a bunch of things to talk to you guys about regarding Season 9 as well as just some other community drama that I wanted to touch on. Now to start this video I want to talk about how Apex is getting some backlash from fans regarding the Golden Week sale. So if you guys have checked the store in Apex, you probably noticed that we got this Golden Week sale event where we got two brand new skins, one being for Bloodhound and one being for Octane. However, if you look closely you'll probably notice that both of these skins are actually just recolors. This Bloodhound skin is just a recolor of the Royal Guard skin. The Octane one is just a recolor of El Diablo. But the problem is that instead of being sold for legend tokens, these are being sold for Apex coins. I want to specifically show you guys this comment made by a user named Mirage Main. This currently has about 7,000 upvotes on Reddit, and while it doesn't reflect exactly what I feel, I do want to get your guys' opinions on this because I know a lot of people are feeling the same way. So he said, the economy in Apex Legends is dead, and I've said this since the start. After the first year, Respawn found that dedicating time to making free recolors would not net them profit. What you're seeing now is simply a stage in a process to max out profit for the least amount of work. Let's take a look at how this happened. And he listed 4 things here. The first one being phasing out legend tokens, basically, removing them from your view on the main menu, introducing packs to roll back the buy what you want philosophy, adding new pack events where premium recolors are sold as new skins, and removing default recolors from free rotation and putting them in pack events. So a simple solution to this would be to either add more recolors to the store that you can get with legend tokens and also make them rotate faster, or you could just create a way to exchange legend tokens for crafting metals so that we can actually get some real use out of them. Because I personally think that the Apex store could easily be 100 times better. It hasn't been updated in a really long time. I definitely think that everyone's concerns are valid about the store, but at this point it kind of feels like we're just beating a dead horse because nothing has really changed, and I'm not sure if it's going to change anytime soon. Let me know what you guys think about this specific issue, but we're going to move on into some bigger Season 9 specific changes. I wanted to first make a correction about something that I mentioned in my last video. I talked about how it was possible that Bangalore was going to be getting a change where her smoke does not deal damage. Well, it was actually confirmed by Daniel Klein on Reddit that nothing is going to be changed at all about Bangalore. Horizon, however, is a legend that is most likely going to be getting some changes in Season 9. This came from iTemp, who got to play Season 9 as well as arenas early. Keep in mind, this is what he just noticed from the test build. All of this could be changed by the time the live version comes out, but in his video he mentioned how Horizon moves up her gravity lift now much slower. Your movement while using the gravity lift is also much harder to control. I'm pretty sure this change was to prevent people from being able to strafe super easily when rising into the air. But we know from Daniel Klein and other developers who have mentioned in the past how they were looking to nerf Horizon in Season 9, so this is definitely very possible. As you guys know, the Peacekeeper is also returning to ground loot in Season 9. According to Pedro Perez, who got to play Season 9 early, the choke is automatically built into the Peacekeeper. Now, obviously the Peacekeeper is going to be receiving some kind of nerfs just to be able to adjust it from going from a care package to the ground, but I imagine when we get the patch notes we'll figure out what exactly the damage nerfs were. Now, I also mentioned how in the next season Loba's bracelet has been completely fixed, and she's also getting a slight nerf to her ultimate that increases the cooldown by 30 seconds. I wanted to give you guys some more information on this because we actually have a comment from Daniel Klein on Reddit who said that they're not only fixing the bugs related to Loba's bracelet, but they're also going to be buffing it. You're now going to have full movement speed while it's in the air and no slowdown when you arrive. He said, honestly, patch notes can't do it justice. You gotta feel it. I'm a Loba main on live and play tests are night and day. Now, I also wanted to mention another huge Season 9 change that we just learned about. Apparently, the loot pool next season is going to be completely changed where some of the gray loot might actually be removed from the pool. So this coming from Daniel Klein, who actually did an interview with The Gamer. He said, we are taking some steps to make sure our loot pool doesn't get too bloated. For instance, there's a limited time mode earlier this year called Locked and Loaded, where all white loot was removed from the ground, but it had some long-term balancing problems that we're not okay with. But we are taking steps towards that state. In Legacy, you will see everybody starts with a starter kit, so white armor, white knockdown shield, white helmet, 2 cells, 2 syringes. It's really good, by the way. It just feels like you can land and you don't immediately lose if the enemy finds a purple armor and you find nothing. This will allow us to remove white helmets, etc. from the loot pool. We have further work going into future seasons where we're hopeful that if we can pull it off, we can remove even more. They also added the only items being removed from the loot pool right now are considered considered the bare essential pieces of equipment, so it's unlikely that players will miss hunting them down too much. If successful, this change should minimize the stress players feel at the beginning of the game and allow them to focus more on shooting than looting. So I imagine that this means that the white helmet, white knockdown shield is probably going to be removed from the loot pool. I'm not 100% sure if white body armor is going to be immediately removed. What I got from this interview is that they're working on just removing a couple things at a time, and I imagine they might keep the white body armor just in case, people want to continue armor swapping, but we're just gonna have to wait and see until the official patch notes. Just know that a big portion of the loot pool is going to be changed in the next season. There were also some concerns from controller players regarding how they were going to be able to hover with Valk without having, any extra buttons. This came from a Reddit comment where one guy said, "Rip console users, how do you jump and aim at the same time without extra buttons or pads?" Daniel Klein responded to this saying, "We have specific jetpack control schemes with a view to supporting controller. The default scheme, hold, keeps the jetpack on as long as you hold down the jump key. That's great for keyboard and mouse, but not great for controller. For controller, we recommend the toggle scheme where you can let go of jump once the jetpack's on, leaving your hands free to do other things. If you want to turn the jetpack off, you just press jump one more time." We also know from a separate comment from Daniel Klein that Valk's active ability, obviously being her rocket, is going to do 25 damage for the first rocket and then 3 damage for every additional rocket, or 2 if you're going against a fortified legend. And we have a few more things to talk about before I go over the official Olympus map changes that we're going to be getting next season. So first off, I want to show you guys this Reddit post posted by Toot the Root. He said, "Quality of life change for people who are colorblind like me. We should get Crypto's drone/bloodhound scan, highlighting the same as the digi-threat when colorblind mode is activated. It's really hard for me to see red." And in this video, this guy has colorblind mode activated. When using the digi-threat, the enemies appear in blue, but he pointed out that when scanning with bloodhound scan or when using Crypto's drone, it stays in the similar red color, which makes it very hard for colorblind people to see. This actually got a response from Garza Respawn, the Respawn community coordinator. He said, "We're always looking for this type of feedback, so yes, 100% agree this should get updated. I'll share this with the team and see if I can do something about this." We also have a tweet here from one of the lead game designers at Apex. He said, "Pro tip, try to get the arena teaser badge before the season ends. When the new season starts, this badge will turn into a deluxe version of a badge that tracks your highest arena's win streak. Everyone else will get a basic version of that badge." And they said, to be clear, everyone will get a badge that tracks your win streak, but if you do the teaser, your badge will look cooler. Now, to end this video, I wanted to go over with you guys the official map changes coming to Olympus in Season 9. So this actually came from the EA website, posted yesterday. First off, we have this massive ship that is dropping down on Olympus called the Icarus. So it says a rogue fleet of ships from outer space has breached the atmosphere of Samathi. Its lead vessel, the Icarus, has docked with Olympus, bringing with it a vicious parasitic plant of unknown origin. The resulting outbreak begins to take root along the surface of Olympus, and the accompanying vessels can be seen from as far away as the docks. This new drop location can be found between Bonsai Plaza, Solar Array, and Orbital Canyon. And as you guys can see here, this is a before and after image of what the map changes are going to look like. It appears this is going to be one of the bigger map changes that we get for Olympus. The other map changes are just very small kind of tinkers that they did with the map. One of those being that they're actually removing 2 balloons on Olympus, basically just to help control with the third partying. Now, going back to the Icarus ship, there's going to be a special location on this ship that you can access only after getting a bridge keycard. These keycards can be found on these dead scientist zombies laying on the ground. I'm pretty sure there's only one keycard that spawns in this specific area, but if your team does get this keycard, you get access to a bunch of good loot at the very front of the ship. Now, obviously, this map change to Olympus is going to be pretty small, but keep in mind we're also getting some brand new arena maps that I mentioned in my last video, as well as a ton of other different changes. So I'm pretty excited with how Season 9 is looking. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. I'm sure we're gonna have more news to talk about tomorrow when we hopefully get the patch notes. I don't know what time that's gonna come out, but there's tons more stuff that we're gonna be talking about over the next couple of days. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a like if you did, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Peace out.